trying to get the bitch right. You weren't even trying to get her pregnant. Hey, what is up, society? It is your favorite wannabe influencer and sovereign Koi, and welcome back to another Reddit story video, baby. I know that y'all read that title, so you know we're getting into some questionable Reddit stories today. Guys, I really don't got no theme here. I'm kind of just reading these titles because I saw them and I was like, those look interesting. So I'm not gonna hold this on for any longer. Let's just get right into this video, baby. Let's go. First story. Am I overreacting for wanting to report a guy bringing me groceries? Girl, is he doing like what's that thing called, y'all? Instacart? Okay. Due to circumstances, I, female 31, tend to order my groceries online. Never had an issue happen except for the occasional missing product or half-spoiled one. But hey, stuff happens. True. And you know what they be saying, y'all, with those Instacarters? People be like, if you get a male Instacarter, you know that you fucked. So, yeah. But continuing. Fast forward to tonight. Delivery guy calls because he can't find my house. It was evening, dark, and the houses all look the same. So, can't blame him. But it was not the issue. See, okay, this is my thing. If you know that you live, and I used to do Grubhub and stuff like that too. If you know that you live in like a similar house-looking neighborhood, or you're like in the outskirts, you can only focus on your mailbox or something like that, you need to make your house distinctive. It's not that you really don't know or that you don't understand. You know that your house is not easy to find. So for anybody who's getting deliveries, oh my God, you drive me crazy. Especially people who be having like those shrubbery houses where it's like you can't see their house from the road. You have to go down this long ass winding path to find their home, and all you can see is the fucking mailbox from the road. Make your house or your mailbox distinctive. Make your numbers on your mailbox highlighted. Do something, because delivery people will be struggling. Okay, maybe I don't do it no more, but hey, that was just a little tidbit. But if you know your house is difficult to find, make it not hard to find. Anyway. When he finally does find it, he comes up and puts his hand out for a handshake, which previous delivery guys never did. But I thought it maybe was his thing to appear more friendly. Don't touch me. I'm sorry. No, what? Okay, continuing. What I did not expect was that when he had my hand for the handshake, he pulled me in for a hug. Sir! You can have scabies. Don't be coming to... What the hell is this? What in the fuck? Baby, this is not Barney, okay? This is not Sesame Street. The hell you want to ask for a hug? This what is you doing? Baby, I'm sorry. The moment he would have yanked me, I would have been just like this, coming in for pow! Like what, baby? You never know. He's never trying to shame you. You know what's going on. Okay, he a delivery driver. He got a lot to lose. He ain't got nothing to lose. I meant, baby, he done lost everything. He ain't got nothing to lose. Okay, baby. I would have had to grab my milk on the way down. Okay, because you definitely finna get hit over the head with this carton. Okay. You know what? Maybe that's just his way of communicating. Maybe he don't know how to properly socialize. You know? Okay. Continue. Okay, pull me in for a hug. Now, in my country, Austria, this is not normal for people who don't know each other, let alone a professional setting. Okay, right. I mean, this is America. And I ain't never heard nothing like this. So anyway, I awkwardly laughed, grabbed my groceries, and was ready to say goodbye and close the door. I saw he was again coming in for a second hug. Sir! What are you doing? See, this is why you need to start opening your mouths, lady. Open your mouth. Open your mouth or crush up your fist or grab the milk. Okay, he would have got my warning the first time. I'd have been like, oh, what the fuck? Okay. Coming in for a second hug. I moved back though, so he switched to a handshake again. No! I should have known better by now, and I did still move out of a hug range, after which he planted a kiss on my hand. I quickly drew back and said goodbye and closed my door. I Googled, as he said that he's from Afghanistan, to check the bitch from Afghanistan. I Googled, as he said, he's from Afghanistan, to check to see if it was simply cultural differences. But all I could find was that they be hugging close friends, and then also mostly within their own gender. Right, because in the Middle East, I mean, I don't know if it's the same for all Middle Eastern countries, but like, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, all like, those Middle Eastern countries, men can't even go up hugging on women, right? I thought that was all weird about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just go up to any woman. That's why most of women are dressed in modest clothing. Like, you can't just, and I thought in some countries, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody of y'all who are from the Middle East, correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn that a lot of women in some of those countries, they have to be escorted by a man. They have to have an escort everywhere they go, if I'm not mistaken. I could have sworn that dudes can't just go and start touching women. Maybe it's just me, but I could have sworn that even like the women being in modest clothing, the men even over there are still like very big on modesty and stuff like that, and they don't be having their stuff overly exposed. And I thought like public PDA and public affection and all that stuff was also like illegal or kind of like frowned upon in the communities. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but like maybe in the Middle East, as far as I know, men ain't going around groping on women. I know that there's still bad men in every single place, but I'm saying like culturally, like seriously, like when it comes out to the customs there, women are not allowed to be fraternizing with random men, and it's frowned upon by men, even other people in the community, to be filling up on people in public or just touching strangers. But correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Correct me if I'm fucking wrong. But continuing. Considering that it seems not to be a custom in either his or my culture, I decided on reporting him to the shop that I ordered from. Am I overreacting? It's definitely eating away at my feeling safe in my own home. Girl, no. No. And honestly, listen, this is my thing. I don't give a fuck if it is part of his culture. Motherfucker, you're not in Afghanistan. You're not in Afghanistan. And I'm not Afghanistanian. I don't even know if that's a citizen name. I'm not Afghanistanian. Okay? I'm not part of that culture. I'm not part of that people. We're not in that country. So it does not matter if that's your custom. You don't just go around and start touching people. Okay? You don't do that. And honestly, I don't understand how and this is just me, okay? I don't see how somebody else's like bodily autonomy or somebody else giving you consent in order for you to come in contact with them is a cultural thing. Like, I don't know how in a culture somebody can just touch you without your permission. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's just me. Like, there's one thing, like, I know in like French culture, like, I don't know if this is still true or not. Like, when they hug and stuff like that, they greet, they do a little, kiss on the side thing and stuff like that, right? I mean, sometimes they don't even touch your face. They really just do like the in the air, which is not bad. You know what I'm saying? But it's usually when you're like expecting that person, or that person, or you're comfortable with greeting that person. I've never heard of any culture in any way where you're doing your job, you touch the customers. Unprovoked, non-consensual. But maybe that could just be me. But to me, I don't think that should be a part of anybody's culture. If you ask me, you should not be entitled to anybody's body or space or anything like that just because it's your culture or whatever. If somebody doesn't want to be touched, then you have to get their permission first. You know what I'm saying? So girl, no, you're not overreacting. Like I said, Afghanistan, okay? I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of those Middle Eastern countries, a lot of those outskirt countries, dude, there are a lot of sex trafficking, a lot of, bad things going on when it comes down to women. And it's like, I wouldn't trust his ass with a 50-foot fucking pole, bitch. I'm sorry, I don't trust no man. Don't get me wrong, I don't trust no man. But baby, you just never fucking know. Okay, you just never know. I don't trust no damn man. Period. It don't matter where the hell you from, baby. You can say you just can't fell from heaven. I don't care. At this point, baby, you're Lucifer. Hello? So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Girl, you are better than me. You are better than me. Because his ass would have been big boy assaulted. Because he could have been anything. He could have done anything to you. He could have, shamed you. He could have robbed you. He could have busted into your house. Did y'all see that video with those, I don't know if it was a delivery driver or what happened, but the dude was trying to break into this lady's house. She had to go get her gun. You just never know. And he was a Middle Eastern man too. Not saying that they all are the same or anything like that, but it's just like, baby, you just never know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of that shit is going on. A lot of that stuff is happening, especially with like hotels and everything like that. And like, ladies, we gotta be safe, okay? Baby, I don't care. I know that not all sharks are terrible. But baby, you better bet your sweet ass I'm not getting my ass in no motherfucking ocean with one without no damn spear hoe. Hello? So I'm just like, OP, you're not overreacting. Girl, nobody was talking to you. You're not overreacting. I think that you reacted a little too calm for me. And you reported him. I don't know why you report him to the shop though, unless he's an employee there. Because if you ordered through, like, I don't know if they got DoorDash in Austria. Y'all got DoorDash over there? Uber Eats, Postmates. Y'all got any of that? If not, then he's just an employee at the restaurant and he's just, actually delivering kind of like a Pizza Hut or Domino's delivery driver, then okay, yeah, report him to his job. But like, if it's just like a DoorDash person, girl. So yeah, I don't think you're overreacting. Y'all put y'all opinions down below. OP, I would say, girl, start winding it up. Start winding it up so you can have yourself prepared, okay? You're not good with your right hand, here's the left. Start winding it up, okay? Getting yourself prepared because these men are losing their minds. And then I don't know if y'all saw too. Oh my God, I follow a lady on the nurse. Y'all can go to the timestamp. But I followed this nurse or saw this nurse on TikTok, and she was talking about how she was at a bagel shop, and there was nothing but women in there besides like maybe some male workers, but it was really no male workers inside the coffee shop or bagel shop or whatever. And it was all women damn near. And this man, he walks in and he was just like, oh, I hit the jackpot tonight or some dumbass shit like that. And like all the women was just looking at him like, okay. And nobody paid attention to him. Everybody ignored him. Then he honed in on this one lady, poor soul, honed in on her, and he started harassing her, basically asking her about her name, where she's from, all this stuff, just bothering her. And she's just like, I'm fine, giving him short ass answers, things like that. And then dude literally was just like, oh, you think that you're too good for me or some bullshit like that? And she was like, no, I just, I'm in a rush, I have to get to work. And he was just like, oh, okay, keep on staying, being high and mighty or something like that. Like, keep on being high and mighty, because come January, the dinner's going to be being served and women are going to be the only thing on the menu. Come January. Come January. And then the men saying, what else these men are saying? The men is also saying like, oh, your body, my choice. All those women in that bagel shop was a little too calm for me, because I would have tore him up. I'm just being completely honest. I would have tore him up. I would have gotten right in his face. Because what do you mean? What do you mean they're going to be serving dinner and women are the only one on the menu? You must be the appetizer, hoe, because I'm going to eat you up first. Ladies, we have to be more violent. We have to be. We must. Literally, these men, Trump has it in his mind. They got these men in their minds thinking that they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do to us, and then we're going to have to just take it, and they're not going to get any type of reprimanding. But that's okay, though. We need to gussy up, baby. I don't care what it is. If you don't want to carry around a bat, if you don't want to carry around a gun, if you don't want to carry around a knife, try to figure out something. I keep scissors in my car. Multi-use. Okay? Call me lioness, bitch. My name is Sarabi. I go for the throat every time. So you want to try it? Baby, I promise you, I eat everything on my plate, okay? I'm a thick girl. I don't miss a meal. Girl, y'all gonna be seeing me having McNuggets next year. But ladies, just using this as a moment to say we got to start protecting ourselves. We got to start protecting ourselves because these men are getting out of hand. OP, I don't think that you're overreacting. I think that a lot of these men, especially if you're in America, are just starting to get the unmitigated gall. And ladies, we need to start doing that get back, because they're not going to listen until we start acting like them. Okay? I'm not going to keep on ranting on. That's a different conversation for a different video. Baby, hello? I am my daddy's daughter. But anywho, OP, I'm glad that you're safe. Nothing happened to you. You're not overreacting. And I would definitely say if that man ever tries to show up to your house again, tell him that he has to deliver the food 50 feet away from your door. Amen? Y'all drop your opinions down below. Moving on. Am I the asshole to divorce my husband and leave him with the kid after finding out I'm not biologically the mom? Oh, girl, what? How did that happen? Okay, let's get into it. I can't believe my life has come to this. All I ever do is go out of my way to help others. But on the few occasions I need help, nobody ever comes through for me. Yeah. I, 36 female, have been with my husband, 35 male, for a total of almost 10 years, married for 7. We had what I thought was my child by a surrogate over 2 years ago, because after 4 years of trying to conceive with no success despite medical intervention, it turns out I'm unable to carry a child to term. Oh, that's sad. But hey, y'all tried it another way, that's good. I had always wanted to be a mom. Devastated is an understatement regarding how I felt when I found out that I had a medical condition that would make it nearly impossible to carry a baby to term. It was even more upsetting when I had to get a major surgery to remove uterine growths with the hope to increase fertility. But complications during surgery warranted a partial hysterectomy involving removing my uterus only. Dang. I still had my ovaries, so we started looking into the cost of a surrogate. It is really expensive. Yeah, I know. I heard that surrogates make like $100,000 a year. Minimum. Hello? My close friend since college, who already had 2 kids of her own, had offered to serve as a surrogate for us to cut down on cost. After 2 disappointing IVF sessions that did not result in pregnancy, she became pregnant on the 3rd try and carried a boy to term for us. I was so happy and busy after the birth, between being a mom and returning to work after a 4-week parental leave, that I didn't notice any warning signs. I should have noticed the red flags and warning signs early on, but did not, because I was so exhausted from working so much at my stressful job and 2 part-time jobs to cover costs of the bills and anticipated medical and legal costs associated with my friend becoming our surrogate. Damn. So you got a full-time job probably and two part-time jobs? Damn, girl. Okay. I was a primary breadwinner as well. Oh. Girl, what's your husband doing? The hell? You got 3 jobs? Okay. My friend and my husband started talking more, and I would sometimes come home from my weekend job to find her already hanging out at our house when my husband was there. Your best friend got a husband? Okay. I chalked it up to innocence because it's good for her to know my husband better since she's going to be in the process of hopefully carrying our child for us. I was grateful to have someone helping us have a child. I also thought that it was weird that our son has brown eyes when both of us have blue. Well, sometimes genetics don't work like that, but that's okay. Then I found out, while this is uncommon, it's possible. Sometimes due to many genes controlling eye color. Yeah, genes are weird. Or it could be from like a distant grandparent. You never know. Sometimes genes pop over like 17 generations. Okay? And then next thing you know, your kid come out with freaking blonde hair and hazel eyes, and everybody just wants like a dark hair with blue eyes. What's going on? But continuing. Recently, it all came to the head when I took our son to a doctor's appointment, and they did a metabolic panel and blood test, which showed that he had blood type that is not biologically possible to have me as his mother. It's always the blood types, bitch. It's always the blood types. It's always. Immediately, I started worrying if it was the fertility clinic's fault and if they had messed up and implanted the wrong embryo. Which, okay, interesting. Yeah, that could happen. I started lining up lawyer consultations to possibly sue the clinic and looked into having a DNA percentage test done. The test results showed that I'm not the mother, but my husband is the father. I was heartbroken and angered than ever. Talked to lawyers about medical malpractice in the fertility clinic we used. And I already know what the fuck going on. Okay? Then my husband confessed that he had slept with my friend, our surrogate, on a few different occasions during our struggle to have her get pregnant with our embryos. So you was just knee dipping some pussy and it was because he was trying to have a baby? Why couldn't you put it in a sandwich bag? In a turkey baster? Why'd you have to actually enter her? We're breathing. We're breathing. Okay? We're breathing. We are breathing. This means what I thought our son conceived by IVF and carried with a surrogate isn't my son at all, and was in fact conceived the old-fashioned way, which I can't ever do. And this is the thing that's getting me the most, right? Bitch, you was working 3 jobs. The primary provider to cover medical and legal expenses. And this nigga, We're breathing. Continuing. Oh, this is my hands, y'all. This is me right now with my hands. Okay. Old-fashioned way, which I can never do. Livid and absolutely broken at the same time doesn't even begin to describe how I feel. She has 4 exclamation points. Girl, I bet. Girl, I would have killed him. I would have killed him. I've been breaking down into crying spells over and over about this. He claims that he didn't ever think that pregnancy could result because he pulled out. And he had always assumed that he was the reason for our early struggles to conceive, both before my hysterectomy and during the IVF insemination process with my friend. So let me get this straight. You wasn't even trying to get the bitch pregnant. You weren't even trying to get her pregnant! You wasn't... Oh, this whole time, y'all, in my brain. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's trying to get the girl pregnant because he knows that the IVF isn't working and he doesn't want his wife to continue to worry. So he's trying to get the girl pregnant just so that way he can, of course he's having his little fun. Hello? But maybe he's trying to get her pregnant so his wife can start working 3 jobs and just give her a baby and make her think it was the IVF. That way she can be comfortable, right? She can be happy finally so that she has her baby. But you're telling me that you was knee deep in this girl's cucaracha? Just for the hell of it? You weren't even trying to get her pregnant. You were just doing it for the hell of it? And this was really getting you, right? This was really getting you, right? Your wife can't even get pregnant, so you could have been fucking her the whole time. Girl, I would have killed him. The way I would have leaped. I would have leapt from where I was sitting. Okay? Continuing. I felt an immediate triple betrayal. But what was supposed to be my husband, my friend, and now knowing my child isn't even really mine. Girl, that is so messed up. I had such white hot rage and delirium. I immediately left home and stayed at a hotel for almost a week before asking my parents to let me stay at their home for a while. Girl, I would have made his ass get a hotel. You better go before you be ended up underneath this mattress. Okay? Continuing. I'll admit, I left our son with him. I am now filing for divorce because he cheated and betrayed me in the worst possible way. I have also cut off my friendship with this friend and surrogate and feel afraid to trust anyone else now. Girl, I would too. Depending on how long y'all been friends. You said since college, you've been with your man for 10 years. How old is he again? 36? So since college, let's just say probably from, 18 or 19 until you were 22, or maybe let's just even say the end of your school year. You probably known this girl at least 15 years. Okay. I have seen a divorce lawyer to see about giving up my legal rights to this kid so I don't have to face such betrayal or owe child support. Girl, it's not your kid. Like, what the fuck? I've never heard of no shit like this. Like, this is so insane. Like, oh my God. Continuing. My husband and the friend / surrogate admit that they were wrong and kept apologizing, but also called me immature and heartless to just give up on my son like that. He ain't mine. This is different. This is different from like an adoption. I would get it if it was like an adoption and maybe like you didn't like the way the kid looked or some dumb shit like that. And then now make you heartless and immature. Bitch, you had a baby with my husband and you gonna sit here and y'all try to betray it like this kid is mine. And now you're calling me heartless? I'm immature? I'm more immature than the backstabbing bitch that I've been friends with for 15 years? And the man that I've been with for over a decade or almost a decade? I'm more immature and heartless than you two fuckers? Yeah, if I want to find out how to be a piece of shit, I'll ask y'all. But unfortunately, y'all are not the spokespeople for how to live a better life. Continuing. My parents also say that I can't just give up on the kid that I went through so much legal and medical hopes to have. When I told them that I refused to stay in a cheater marriage and I'd rather adopt someday with a better, more trustworthy partner, they also told me that I was wrong and that maintaining my parental rights isn't much different than adopting outright. This is different. This is different. This is not with my piece of shit ass husband and my whack ass ex-best friend. Okay? Adoption is completely different. Adoption is a completely different process. Okay? You know when you get this child, it's not like when you're fostering. When you get this child is yours. Nobody can take this kid from you. This kid didn't come from no damn fucked up situation like this. This kid is coming into a new home being loved by two loving parents. That's completely different. She already has in her mind the mindset that this child is not biologically hers. She already knows that, and she's going to love them regardless. This is completely different. It will be different if her husband was like, hey, babe, the IVF and stuff is really expensive. This is really hard on us financially. We're not doing well, and I can see that you're stressed out. Why don't I just take some of my stuff, turkey baste it into your friend, and then this could be our baby. That would be different if OP agreed to that and she raised this child because she knows that biologically the kid is not hers. But that's not what she thought this entire time. Finds out that her husband was cheating on her with her best fucking friend. Her best friend was stabbing her in the fucking back. And they both pretended like this child was hers. So this whole entire time she thinks this is her biological baby and it's not. This whole situation is besmirched by treachery. And you trying to tell me that it's no different? Yes, it is. Continuing. Oh, I'm so fucking mad. Okay? They said it isn't blood that makes family. They're all about me divorcing my cheater husband, but keep telling me I'm making a mistake giving up my parental rights. No, she's not. Some of my other friends agree with what I'm doing, and a few admit that they weren't big enough to swallow pride and care for an affair baby or to see daily reminders of my friend / surrogate's betrayal every time I look at her son. Right. I just want a clean break and a fresh start. I'm also looking at relocating several states away. So am I the asshole to give up my parental rights in a divorce because a kid that I paid a lot of money to have born by a surrogate isn't biologically mine at all, but the surrogates? Girl, no. Honestly, listen, this will be for me, right? If you wanted to keep the kid, either way, I'm with you, okay? Either way, if you wanted to keep the kid because you did put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and money and time into all these procedures to have your child, granted, the baby is not biologically yours, but if you feel like your relationship and your love for this child is officially tainted, not because of something that they did, it has nothing to do with, you have no hatred or anger towards the baby. It's the fact that you just literally cannot get over this situation because of the complete stain that was put on it by these two disgustingly terrible people. Like, Those are just two totally different things, right? So honestly, OP, yes, you invested a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and money and time into this child and making sure that they were reborn, and it was all for naught, because that's not how the baby was conceived any motherfucking way. That's not how the baby was conceived anyway. So it's like all of that was for naught anyway. But if you wanted to keep your kid in your life, then I will support you. But at the same time, I support you not wanting to do it, because this is literally stained. It's stained. They got a father, they got a mama, they got both. So it's like you were deceived. Let's just keep it a being. You were deceived. That's the same thing with like a baby being switched at birth. You were deceived. You thought that this was your child. Okay, it doesn't take away the love that you have for this kid, but now you can't. Your relationship and the circumstance is not the same. It would have been different if you already knew from the beginning that you weren't the mother. But it's not just the fact that the kid is not biologically yours. It's also because your husband betrayed you and you thought that this baby was made out of love. You put in so much time and effort, and your husband was betraying you behind your back. Your friend was also betraying you behind your back. And now you're going to have to see both of these people and be reminded constantly of what happened. You know what I'm saying? So no, OP, I don't think that you're the asshole. This is your fucking life. And that's another thing too. I can't stand it when people try to make it seem like you don't have a life too just because somebody else is in it. Okay? Oh well, too bad. Sucks to be you. Sometimes people get fucking tired. I understand when you have kids, you have a different responsibility and everything like that. But if you don't want children anymore, you don't have to have them. I'm sorry. Be mad as much as you fucking want to. Be mad as much as you fucking want to. This is your life. If you have kids young and then you decide 6 years in after you were raising these kids that you're not meant for this, is not meant for you, you're not supposed to be a parent, as sad and as frustrating as it is going to be for those kids, for them to have to go through adoption or whatever the hell, at the end of the day, this is your life. If you can't handle it mentally, if you can't handle it spiritually, if you cannot handle it physically, to be a parent to somebody, you have to give it up. I would much rather a person give up their child for adoption than them continue to put themselves through mental strain and struggle, because all you're going to do is take that out on the kids. That's all you're going to do. That's what leads to abuse. That's what leads to neglect. And that's why these parents be doing stuff to their kids, because they don't want to be parents. But society puts it in our brains that, once they're here, they're your responsibility now. True. They are. But if you're overwhelmed, if you can't handle it, give them up. That's all. So no, you're not the asshole. P. Do what the fuck is right for you, and don't let nobody fucking tell you what you should or should not do, because they're not in your shoes. They're not in the situation. They're not the ones having to put up with this shit. You are. They're not the ones having to fight their demons. You are. They're not the ones having to deal with their emotions, have to constantly be reminded of your husband's treachery and your friend's treachery when you look at this baby that you love so much. They're not dealing with those emotions. You are. So at the end of the day, you need to do what's right for you. So if giving up your parental rights and giving up that child was right for you so you can move on with your life and possibly adopt a child and love that child with a new partner, if that's what you need to do for you to be happy, then do it. Do it. Like, I literally just listened to a guy. Oh my God, I always forget his name. But he's a black guy. He's always walking on the street. He's on TikTok. He's always walking on the street with his phone. And he's always giving like these beautiful sermon and messages and everything. And he literally just said, like, for you people pleasers, are you pleased? Are you pleased? Because you're a person that needs to be pleased too. You're too busy always trying to please other people. What about you? What about you? You're supposed to be who's also supposed to be pleased. So if you're gonna be a people pleaser, how about you people please yourself first? So are you pleased with where your life is right now? Are you happy where you are? If you're not, you need to reevaluate. You need to regroup and make some changes. And sometimes that involves hurting people. Sometimes that involves cutting people off. But you need to be happy. They need to go to therapy if they can't handle that. So no, OP, you're not the asshole. This is a long ass rant. Okay, fuck your friends, fuck your husband, fuck your family, and do what's right for you. Don't drop your opinions down below because I'm about to rage. Okay, I'm about to rage. So moving on. Forced to participate? Okay. A few years ago, my colleagues and I attended a training course. Part of it was communication, more theoretical than practical. The thing is, before this job, I taught communication, among other things, for several years at a nursing school. That's why I sat there quietly during that part of the training course. I didn't want to ruin this part of the training for my colleagues or the course leader. During the short introduction round, I mentioned that I had taught communication and that's why I was holding back. Apparently, the course leader didn't like that. She asked for participation, and I said again that I didn't want to mess up her lesson because I probably already knew what she was getting at. She then said something like, if you don't participate, you won't pass the training course. She then went too far with this sentence. My course is very advanced. You can't do that. Okay. I said, okay, if I have to. She had already written the letters S and E on the board, the standard beginning for the classic blackboard picture of Schultz von Thun. I don't know who that is. 4 ears model. What is that? What is a Schultz von Thun 4 ears model, y'all? So the 4 ears model is a communication model developed by a German psychologist, Friedman Schultz von Thun, which suggests that every message contains 4 distinctive layers: factual information, self-revelation, relationship, and appeal, meaning that a listener can interpret this message on any of these levels depending on their focus at the time. Oh, okay. All right then. Come on then, Germany. Her last comment made me no longer want to be nice. Should I go to the blackboard or join from my seat? With a triumphant smile, and she pointed to the blackboard. Well, I basically explained the model from memory, the way I used to in my lessons, including the standard example, easier to understand examples, and hints as to where the difficulties of understandings might lie in this model. After that, she explained at length to everyone that everything I had said was nonsense because I had not used the correct technical terms for an ear, but a different word that meant the same thing. Somehow the rest of the communication part was very monologue-like because my colleagues were no longer interested in their lessons. Oh my God. Dude. You did not have to be bogus. You could have just participated. You could have just humored her. And I could tell that you foreign because maybe the grammar in this story, y'all, was killing me. But like you why was you being extra for what? You could have just participated in the damn lesson so she could get it done. If you're so smart, if you got it so well, if you know what the hell you're doing, just participate in the damn course. Even if you do know it. If it's part of your job, if it's part of your work that you have to get this training, just do the fucking training. This one was lame and tomato, I'm throwing tomatoes. Boring. God, I hate when fucking assholes try to put up stories and then they think they ate down. You didn't. You're starving. We can see your ribs. Alright! Y'all drop your opinions down below. And for somebody who's a communications major or whatever the fuck, or a teacher, baby, you need to look over this story again because it was giving me a stroke. Alrighty then. Y'all drop your opinions down below. Moving on. Alright, society, that is it for this freaking video. I hope that you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, and share. And if you're new, please subscribe, baby. You already made it down this far. You already know that you like me. Go ahead and hit that button. And for all my lovely society members, make sure to hit that bell notification so you're notified every single time that I post because YouTube be hiding me. Okay? Alright, guys. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!